PPP sent a camera crew with reporter Jennifer Jones and cameraman Robert Ribel to cover the event.
Hi, Doku. Yeah, you're so long. Oh, that's so welcome.
JAL Flight 772 has just arrived at Tokyo's Narita Airport from Sydney, and for the Lord Mayor of Hobart, Alderman Doug Plaister, it signifies the start to a new life. It's a life he wouldn't have dreamed possible 37 years ago, when his main task was to train members of the elite Z Special Force, whose undercover role involved sabotage of Japanese wartime operations throughout Southeast Asia. But earlier this year, when Humiko Sekiyama left a jacket and slippers at Mr. Plaister's Hobart home during a visit with a group of children from her school of contemporary dance, it meant she would return. Little did Mr. Plaister, a widower for 2 years, realise at the time that the Japanese also regard this as a way of indicating they're seeking a partner. Correspondence followed, and a $150 diamond ring purchased at the last minute before Mr. Plaister travelled to Japan in April sealed the relationship. When Humiko visited Hobart again last month, it was replaced with a specially chosen Colombo sapphire ring surrounded with diamonds. And when they met at Tokyo last week, it was only a matter of hours before a diamond set wedding ring also would be added.
You have to learn English, no,
Japanese?
Yes.
Study, yes. Yes, I have to do some study with you later. Hi, yes. Mushi mushi. Mada mada. She's taught me 3 words already.
3 words?
It's not going to be easy, but still.
From Narita Airport, it's 65 kilometres to Tokyo and a further 150 kilometres to Yaizu on the eastern coastline. But unforeseen problems were ahead. Typhoon 18, the worst to hit this area for 10 years, was about to wreak havoc, which resulted in 13 deaths, more than 8,000 people evacuated, and 4,000 homes flooded. A pre-wedding reception by the mayor of Yaizu, Mr. Hattori, was cancelled, and instead he greeted Mr. Plaister in his gumboots and emergency gear as city workers went into action. Japanese are noted for their punctuality, but amid the chaos of cleaning up, this went by the board. One event which did proceed on schedule, however, was the Shinto wedding of Mr. Plaister and Miss Sekiyama at the 19th century Yaizu shrine at 3 p.m. It's customary for visitors to Shinto shrines to throw a coin and then make a wish before entering the building. And it's essential to remove shoes, even for bridegrooms. The mayor of Yaizu and Mrs. Hattori acted as matchmakers, the equivalent of a best man and bride's attendant, and the 30-minute ceremony was simple but full of ritual. Purity and cleanliness play very significant roles in the Shinto religion. The bridal couple had their hands washed ceremonially before the service, and actions by the priest with a duster of white paper symbolized the chasing away of evil. Leaves from the sakaki tree traditionally are used in the Shinto marriage ceremony. In Japanese lettering, The words mean Tree of God, and during the service they are presented by maidens who serve the shrine. In olden days they had to be virgins and to never marry, but this rule no longer applies. The bridal couple must drink rice wine 3 times, signifying that they will love and care for each other. And then there's a part of the service which is recognised internationally. In a departure from the usual procedure, marriage vows were read in Japanese by Mr. Hattori and in English by Mr. Plaister.
And decided to get married.
Children from the Sekiyama school who were waiting outside demonstrated, however, that in ceremonies of this type, language is no barrier, and as far as the Japanese media was concerned, it was a story of universal significance.
Try to make a deeper friendship between our 2 cities in the future. We have made a vow and sworn to share our life together on this lucky day at Yaiju Shrine. From now on, we will share our life together, rich or poor, in joy or sorrow, and in all circumstances. We swear to love and serve each other and lead a peaceful life as man and wife from this day on. I swear to abide by this agreement. Dated 13th of September 1982, Douglas Robert Plaister.
During World War II, 8-year-old Humiko moved to Japan from Taiwan with her father, a chemist, her mother and brother. With the help of Mrs. Miyako Carr of Hobart, I asked Humiko if she'd ever considered marriage before.
若い時はやはり夢を持ちました。でも気がついたらもうこんな年になってたんです。で、周りの人が全部が私はまさか結婚すると思ってなかったので、まず私が結婚するって話をしたら、おめでとうっていう前に、って驚きそうで、she never get married. So this is, really surprised, and when she told friends, they said, instead of congratulations, they said surprise. What? Sort of impression. Yes. そのくらいの周りが驚くんですから、本人はもっと驚いてるわけなんですよ。ですからそんな結婚なんてのはとても考えてませんでした。
So she never dreamed, with married with Lord Mayor.
For the past 10 years, Humiko has lived with her family in this house near the commercial centre of Yaesu. It's just around the corner from 5 picture theatres owned by her father and brother, a business in which the family has been involved for more than 60 years. Like many Japanese houses, there's a small garden with shrubs but no flowers. And along with many Westerners, I found there are different traditions here as well. The welcome bell is replaced with this. And my hands were washed by Humiko's brother Hiroshi, relating to the Shinto symbolization of cleanliness. Food never seems to be in short supply in Japan. It's usually served on low tables with green tea as a frequent accompaniment. The tea is easy to handle. The food sometimes creates problems.
Yeah, lovely. You didn't get that, did you, Rob?
Yes.
You handle it better than I. It's very nice.
Overall dimensions of Japanese houses are small by Australian standards, but they appear spacious because of the choice of furniture, or lack of it. Bedroom floors are clear by day, but at night time bedding's brought out of cupboards and made up on the floor. Another difference is that many houses have their own shrine. It must be high up and face east. And on the 1st and 15th day of each month, holy sake, rice wine, is placed under it and prayers are said by the shrine.